Hi guys, how are you? So today we are going to start with the second activity, which is chemical transformation of food. So transformation means that they are changed from one state to another. So as we took in the first lesson, which was the introduction, we said that carbohydrates are going to be transformed or digested into sugar, and proteins are going to be digested into amino acids or transformed into amino acids, and lipids are going to be transformed into fatty acids and glycerol. So we are going to start with the first experiment. Do not forget that we also spoke about the tests for food to know, to determine what substance we have. Okay, so the question is in this lesson is, if you take a piece of bread and you put it for a short time in your mouth without chewing it, you will feel a sugary taste, a sweet taste. So the question is, how or from where did this taste come? So if you said that the starch in the bread is going to be transformed into sugar, then your answer is correct. So as we took earlier, the starch is made up of sugar. So maybe in the mouth the starch is transformed into sugar. In order to verify this hypothesis, we took fresh saliva from the mouth. So the saliva that you have in your mouth, we added it to a piece of bread. Cooked starch with water was introduced into both tubes A and B, and fresh saliva was added into tube A only. So you have in tube A only saliva, however in both tubes you have bread. So both tubes are placed in water bath at 37 degrees because it's the temperature of the body. We are trying to mimic, okay? We are trying to do the same conditions that we have in the body. So schematize the steps. So he gave you here the legends, and you have to draw it. So simply you will take the two tubes. You have this represents the tube. You have tube A and tube B. The X's are the fresh saliva, which are only added to tube A. However, the circles are the cooked starch, which are added to both tubes, and they are placed in a water bath at 37 degrees for 15 minutes. Okay? So, the substrate here, or the food here, is the starch. However, the variable factor, you have saliva in tube A and it's absent in tube B. Do not forget that the variable factor is the one that is present in one tube and absent in another. And the temperature, of course, it's 37 because it is the body temperature. So, in your opinion, digestion or transformation is going to occur in which tube, A or B? Yes, of course, in tube A, where you have saliva. So the hypothesis or the idea is that the saliva found in our mouth contains a certain substance that is going to transform the starch found in the bread into sugar. Okay? So if I asked you, how can you prove this? Of course, by the food tests. You did not learn anything how to show the presence of starch except for the iodine test. So you should put iodine test on the piece of bread at the beginning. It will give you a blue color. And in the presence of a saliva after 15 minutes, this blue color will disappear, meaning that you won't have any more starch. However, if you do Fehling test, which is for the sugar, you will find that in tube A, where you have saliva, the piece of bread after 15 minutes, if you do Fehling test, which necessitates heat, when you put Fehling test, you have to heat it also. It will give brick red precipitate, showing that the starch is transformed into sugar. However, in tube B where you don't have saliva, the Fehling test will remain a blue color, meaning that you do not have any sugar and no transformation takes place. I will leave you to solve page 156. And if you have any question, do not hesitate to contact me. Stay safe.